it's pretty much accepting the way things are instead of the way I would like them to be. Yeah.
Yeah, the desire for things to be other or different is itself suffering. So you bring total acceptance where total acceptance is possible. I remember once I was very sick a few years ago. And there were some people coming to the house and bringing me food and taken care of in one way or another. And I would be saying things like, this illness is just absolutely unacceptable to me. Absolutely unacceptable. At one point, a friend said to me, I don't understand. In satsang, you're always speaking about the importance of acceptance. And I said quite seriously that I totally and completely accept how unacceptable this illness is to me. That was the acceptance that was possible. And in that total acceptance was the total acceptance. So you can see it's always possible. There's not a condition that's necessary for total acceptance.
It just seems very difficult to let go.
To let go of what exactly?
A relationship. It's almost like a grieving. It's almost like I need to entertain the thought, the pain, the hurt, to get to an acceptance level that I can let go and accept it and move on.
You know, grief has this magical way of passing in time. And you can't undo it before its time for passing goes.
I'm realizing that, yes.
You can't think your way out of it. You can't rationalize, justify, trick anything out of grief's time for displaying.
You just kind of go with it. And that's pretty much what I'm doing.
Yeah. But one could barely remember the grief of 20 years ago. Do you remember your junior high school sweetheart? Huh? Remember how painful that was?
In kind of a bittersweet way, yes. It has kind of softened over time.
Softened over time?
To become more bittersweet, yes, I should say. The pain has changed.
Oh, you get the point. You get the point. Well, the pain of that is. You see, there's another kind of grief. And it's a kind of indulgent grief, this bottomless pit of grief that we can dive into at any moment if one is willing to indulge that needless suffering. I mean, the amount of horror that's going on this Mother Earth and all of our brothers, or many of our brothers and sisters at this moment, is beyond comprehension. What's happening to the Earth itself. I mean, there's every good reason to be grief-stricken. And yet to live in that space of grief-strickenness is just adding more grief to the pool, you see. That grief needs to be transformed, if you will, into a manifestation of commitment to serve this very humanity and Earth. So again, you allow grief to point back to something that's far more profound than
when you mentioned that to Maria about mistrust, I believe it was Maria, about mistrust, what it's pointing to. I tried to find what grief was pointing me to. Still.
Grief is pointing you to letting go. And all of these seeming losses are very much preparatory of the demand, ultimately, that each of us will have upon us to really let go into our last breath, if you will. The guru of life provides endless lessons in letting go. Some of these lessons feel more wrenching than others. Some of these lessons are more demanding. So in this case, is letting go of a relationship. You accept. It's finished. You accept the naturally occurring grief that follows the loss of a beloved. You'd be very thankful at the opportunity to let go. And finally, you come to realize that that was all a dream, you see. You let go of the dream because your commitment, hopefully, is to freedom and not the entertainment of dreamland. I know it sounds mad, but the truth of the matter is that relationship never in truth existed. So plain consciousness, it flashed and it's gone. Really. And if you can see this, then you can also see the foolishness of entertaining one extra moment of grief for the loss of that which never was. Or you continue to indulge in the dream, which is also perfectly fine. It's a question of what is it that I want? Suffer the dream or awaken into reality. So I'm duty bound to say, wake up here and now.
Thank you.
It doesn't mean you wake up so that grief goes away. You wake up into the reality of that grief is one tiny little dot in this vast expanse, and you cease focusing this narrow attention on this one little dot. And you open the gaze up to include it all. It's also harsh to really hear the truth that the one we love doesn't go anywhere. The one we love in truth. But the obscuration is we so identify our beloved with the body, the personality. When that body and personality is gone, we feel, my God, what a loss. But who that other is in truth turns out to be none other than your own true self. Appearing as this other, but not really the truly other. Just yourself. And this has to be seen finally. You took this other one to be the body, and you took this other one to be the personality. But that other one was never that. It was only a reflection of your own habit to take your own self as this body, mind, and personality. Really.